Toastmasters, ladies, gentlemen, guests. My name is Francisco Renato Baez. I am a lieutenant colonel in the U.S. Army, and last week was actually my 25th work anniversary. Although the first 6 years of that time I served as a part-time enlisted soldier while I was attending college in Puerto Rico, which is where I'm from, and also where I was born and raised. But I don't want to spend a lot of time in me, but I want to tell you a little bit some of my problems with English. And the title actually was, Where is my English caveat? My caveat about English. Because I want to take you back in 1990 when I actually went to my first military training. I moved from Puerto Rico to Fort Dix, New Jersey. And at the time, I actually believed that I was completely prepared to immerse myself in this English kind of language culture. But some people might repudiate that, although my belief is I'm prepared. I was in a special program in high school that all the classes, or most of the classes except Spanish, were done in English to include the books. So I said, I am ready to go. I'm not going to have a problem. But I did know that I wasn't fully bilingual. But to my surprise, when I got there are things that cause physical pain and mental stress. And those are the things that we call lingo, jargon, slang, analogies, similes, and metaphors. Things that we use too many times, we overuse or misuse, and it's continuing to evolve because that's how English is. So those things, I wasn't never warned. Hey, if you don't know these things, you're gonna pay some way. So I'm Private Francisco Baez in 1990 for Dix, New Jersey. Is there in the first week of training. We did some training, and after every training, what we do is we clean after ourselves. So I was told, hey, Private Francisco, you and this small group of people, you will do police call. So I stood there, I said police call. I'm wondering what police call is. So instead of going with the group that was going to do police call, I went to the formation because I had no clue what this military jargon or lingo was. So I went to formation. My drill instructor found out and said, what are you doing? I said, I'm here. I don't know what police call is. So I ended up doing about 100 push-ups. And the other punishment was to run the formation as we went to the dining facility. And while I was jogging around the formation, I'm thinking, policing. Oh, it's a bunch of guys in a line walking down the field, policing trash and picking up trash so we can get rid of it. That's what police call was. I was never told because in the Divine Comedy, that wasn't part of it. The second time that analogies, metaphors, and all those things and jargon and lingo affected me is that a couple of days later, my name came up in the kitchen police roster. I had to show up at 6 in the morning, or actually it was 4 in the morning, to the dining facility and be part of the kitchen police. So I'm using my experience. Police call, policing, I got it. I'm gonna go. So I showed up, nobody was inside the dining facility, so I decided to start policing around it. But what it meant is go inside and they're gonna assign you a duty such as peel potatoes, clean pots and pans, or pick up all the utensils. I was policing outside. Once again, I was running around the dining facility thinking, policing, I did that, but nobody told me that. And I have right now numerous of anecdotes, not so much into the physical pain, but into the mental stress because of English and some of the things that I didn't learn in school. But come to time, what I learned is that English is not made by computers. English is made by people, and it's continuing to evolve. And that's what makes it interesting, but for Private Francisco Baez, it made it frustrating. A few years back, what I decided to do when Facebook emerged, I actually reached out to my high school teacher, and I told her some of my frustrations. I was never warned about these things, and again, I had to read poetry, English poetry, the Divine Comedy, all those things, when I should have been reading about jargon, the Urban Dictionary, some of those things. So I told her, hey, you should, hey, hi, I'm, Francisco, one of your students back in the 80s, 84 to 89. This was my experience, and I think you should introduce these things into your curriculum. I was hoping to get a good response, and the response was, Francisco, I'm glad to hear that you're doing okay. I am retired. Where is my English caveat?